Okay, so here we go. Welcome everybody to a Redbox and GWPro webinar. Those of you that don't know, I'm Matthew Lee. I'm the sales director here at RedboxVR. I'm joined with Dimitri and Anton from GWPro, and James is here from RedboxVR, working all the technical wonders in the background. So, I mean, most of you know Redbox VR, so I'm not going to take up much of your time. So I'm just going to start off by introducing you to Dimitri, who's the CEO of GWPro, and he's going to take us through and show us some of the features of GWPro. And more people joining. That's all good. Welcome, welcome. And that's there. So, Dimitri, I shall hand over to you and stop boring people with my voice. Thank you.
Never boring. Thank you, Matthew. Welcome everyone. So I think we'll be expecting more people to come. So here I'll be doing a little introduction about us. So my name is Dmitry Goldfinch. Sorry, I have a support name in this call because we logged in with Google support email. And here's also Anton, and in the background, Carl Bots, the co-founder. Together with him, me and Carl made GWPro, and we creating hard skills training in VR for education. And Matthew invited us to be here because we have a very long-term partnership with them, and it was very interesting, successive, and we developed everything over the years. And I believe these webinars help people to understand where to get with GWPro software or with any VR software possible. And while people joining, yeah, I see more and more people coming in. I'll share my screen, and Anton, please help me if I'm doing anything wrong.
Absolutely.
Do you see my beautiful slide I tried to make for this webinar?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, always good. All right, thank you. So I think I can start, and more people will come. And if you have questions, Matthew, I think people need to type in the questions, yeah?
Yes, that's right, Dimitri. Yes, there's in the chat at the bottom right-hand side of the meeting window. Please feel free to drop in comments or questions, and we will get through those and answer everyone's questions that we have.
Yeah, Matthew, if you could help me with those questions, because I can miss them concentrating on slides. Yeah, that would be wonderful if you.
Of course,
a little bit moderation.
Happy to, yeah.
Thank you so much. So, all right, today's webinar is dedicated to GWPro.io VR content, and me as a co-founder and Carl Bots, I'll be presenting how to jumpstart your VR lessons. So this session is mainly made for the teachers and educators of different kinds. And so the thing is, while we all understand that VR is already set as a very strong technology, many companies and many education facilities are using it, but many educators and teachers a little bit unsure about how to start and how to use it at their lesson. It feels sometimes very remote from real life and hard to integrate in the current pipelines. So I'll be talking about the ways we can solve the teachers' problems in doing career exploration, talking about professions, providing hard skills training for students, and for other different activities. All right, how do I switch? Oh, let's go. So our goals today is confidently use or start to use GWPro VR training, how to quick start your smooth VR sessions at the lessons, and I'll be open to all of your questions about all your possible use cases and scenarios. And we need to discover ways how to maximize your headsets in the meaning of usage, how to use them. And here is Matt who will help me, because Redbox is our partner in providing hardware. And you as an educational facilities will be buying from them through our partner to make it very smooth and comfortable procedure for your company and for your educational facility. So we also need to understand how to boost students' engagement and integrate VR with your existing classroom tools. Okay, let's start. Yeah, this is crazy slide. It's made just, I want to show it from the very beginning, not to go back to that because it's a little bit crazy in terms of information inside. But this is an idea behind all the VR trainings that we're creating. So you as a teacher or as curriculum designer or content manager for educational facility, you can choose the starting point where you can use, where you want to use VR trainings from GWPro. So there are different ways to start. For example, I think I can draw here. Open color. For example, if you start with certification alignment, and in United Kingdom they may be different, but we also include NIBOSH certification in our trainings and try to get all the features from the NIBOSH requirements. And if the teacher is thinking about or starting the lesson talking about certification alignment, this is a good starting point. Or you may start with core competency standards. They're a little bit specific, more from enterprise world. And for the classroom, I think that skill focus is a good starting point, because you will be talking not about specific profession, but mainly about the skills needed and skills obtained after VR training. And different look for's when teachers should observe and assess. This is what comes handy in the classroom. Correct usage of PPEs, lockout, tagout procedures. And for many teachers and the classrooms, it's a little bit specific and new stuff. But when you start talking about professions, this is very important. This is very basic thing to know about the profession. And I'll be talking more about integration into the curriculum, everything. But this is the presentation we're creating now. So after this meeting, I think in a while, Matthew will be contacting you and we'll send also this one connected to different professions. So, and if your teacher is talking about some professions, there will be all connections to our modules, to the skills obtained, and to look for learning outcomes when you need more detailed information. So this is the example page that will be guiding all educators inside our library. I think you've seen those numbers. And it is still the reason why educators choose GWPro. There are some competitors, and these numbers are all about the VR in general. So people more confident in applying learned skills, people 4 times more emotionally connected to content, 4 times more faster training completion, 4 times more focused than e-learners. Because of the immersive nature of VR training, the very important additional thing here is that we bring our students to very dangerous locations in a safe environment. So we create any place inside the classroom, and we create it safely. There will be at the oil rigs, at the industrial locations, in logistics centers, high voltage, high voltage disconnections, everything safely and very close to the learning objectives. So this is very important. You bring the whole world of industry tools, operations, procedures, backgrounds, even colleagues, because we also include your colleagues into the training, to the classroom, and you do it safely, because everyone knows how hard it is to get the student to a place where something dangerous, where something that needs certificates to be there. And we provide the library of 25 modules, and the library is constantly growing. 25 modules of different kinds. We'll also be sharing the catalog after that. But those modules cover the main scope of hard skills training for different professions: electricians, construction workers, logistic operators, and many, many others and connected professions. Little bit about the software and hardware. Some of you may have headsets, yeah? Some of you may have some existing hardware, and we are compatible with all major 6DOC devices. There are tons of them everywhere, and we know that Meta gives a special attention to UK market, so you have tons of them. And we have 30 plus languages. So if, for example, your students are talking different languages, or they prefer to read some information or voiceover in their language, so this can be a great help. Also, you can run combined lessons when you invite the professional from the other country, and this professional invited can switch the interface to his or her own language and be completely immersed without any language barrier. So your first VR lesson, simple is the word that we try to bring to all levels of our applications. So all modules, they start with a simple VR tutorial, and I'll be guiding you through this video. If you never played games in VR, so we have a little onboarding session to guide you through. And everywhere, three modes are available. Learning, training, exam. Learning, everything is explained. You have voiceover, hints, everything. In training, you can make mistakes. It doesn't stop the training, but shows you what happens next, or tells you the description of what can happen next if you do something dangerous. For example, if you put a person on the forklift and raise it to the ceiling, so the person will fall and have some injuries, that's bad. And also exam mode. In exam, you shouldn't make any mistakes. You know this mode. And after the exam, your students can get certificates on VR completion for completing VR. That means that when they finish exam, they can request the certificate to their email or to their teacher's email, put in their full name, their email, if they want the teacher's email, and so they will receive beautiful PDF certificate with shareable page for LinkedIn, for X, for Facebook, and they can share it. You can track their progress with those certificates because, for example, they can send those certificates to the teacher, and yeah, and it's a good motivating point for them. So what else? We also have a very simple interface that was made for non-gamers and for people that never played games. So in different modes, everything is highlighted. Everything is helping you to get immersed. So you don't need to have a special training before that. Usually our users just take the headset and go because it's easy and intuitive to use it. So I think I can stop this video for now. We'll also be sharing this presentation with you. And you understand, though, so this is very simple to start. And how to use VR, the main question is how to integrate VR into the classroom lesson. And the best practice is to have it before theory and the theory before it, and to have practice after it if you have it. For example, when you integrate working at height module, before it, there is description of people working at height that are working at height, for example, electricians, oil storage service employees, many different professions, HVAC workers, many others. And you give the background about this profession and about the idea that there are many people going at height and what the height is, what does it mean, and why is it dangerous. And after that, you go in VR module, maybe together with your students. I'll talk about it later, but you go inside VR and you go through full preparation for going on some high location or going upstairs in an industrial environment. You prepare everything, get all the permits. So the way you will experience it on your normal real life scenario when you're working at height. And so after that, you can have some practice or conclude the lesson by giving them the maybe exams in VR, maybe some training in VR, but also you can conclude the lesson by talking about the actual professions that are connected to working at height and what skills need to be obtained. And in the spare time, the students can pass the exam, connect it to the LMS, and you will see their progress. So I'll also talk about it a little bit later. And bringing your students together into the VR world is also possible with our software. So there's a second video, I think, in multiplayer mode. So it means that you can take all your classroom with you, put the headsets on everyone, and everyone will see each other there. If they are, for example, not in the same room, they can talk to each other because we have voice chat, communicate with gestures, turn around, move across the simulation, interact in different ways, and have the full experience of the classroom, but inside any possible location. Yeah, you see that they're interacting, move in a fire safety environment. They're also having fun interacting with firefighting devices. And you as a teacher can bring them to any place in the simulation and you control them. They're not just going around, get lost somewhere. You control them. You can, with one click, gather them on one location and you have the full control. You can even mute the guys that forgot to mute their mics, and you have some background noise, for example. So all the functionality of video call is there, but you're totally immersed in this simulation. So what else is there? There are 3 roles in multiplayer. So the teacher that is controlling everything, the teacher can show with a laser tag different objects, control the simulation, bring the class to the different locations. So the other role is the player, the one who is actually doing the training. As you see, here is the player that is connecting, putting the yeah, connecting the safety harness to the person. So this is the player. He is doing everything in the simulation, going through standard training. And the other role is observers. So the observers, they are watching, communicating, and moving with the teacher. So they also can gather around this person, the player that is going through training, and ask different questions. And you can even stop doing the training. There are no time limits there, and gather around some object and dedicate your VR lesson to this object or to this situation. For example, we have road accidents. You can just not train, not go through the procedure that may be a little bit specific for the students, but you can gather around the situation where something happened on the road. And together with your students, you will study the situation, understanding what happened, what should they do, what problems can be here, for example, what dangers are there. And the multiplayer mode brings the whole variety of usage to the classroom. All right, let's get to the next one. On this slide, I will ask Matthew help a little bit later, because now I want to talk about how to make the most of your headset. As you may be concerned that you will need charging, so what else? Setting up, storing the headsets, and yeah, there are tons of things to be done with them. But together with our partner RedboxVR, we are providing full packages. So the full package means that you will have all the hardware, all the peripherals needed for hardware, chargers, Wi-Fi, everything, and our software installed inside this headset. And Matthew, anything to add here? Maybe some like couple of sentences saying that Redbox is the greatest company in the world, something like that.
Or second greatest after GWPro, maybe. I'm not going to argue.
Thank you,
man. Dimitri. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, everyone. One of the key things here is that you shouldn't have to train to be a trainer, and we want to make it easy. And probably one of the things that Redbox is mostly known for is providing a complete solution. So that if you decide, right, we want to start doing our health and safety or whichever training it could be in this example, you can either via GWPro or via Redbox get this finished solution, so that when it arrives with you, you literally open up the case, plug in the power, and start going. That's how easy it is. We make sure that all the software is already installed, with your license keys and the subscriptions and everything is all sorted. We make sure that when it arrives there, we can have the whole thing branded as well for you, so it's on the headsets, it's on the kit, etc. But one of the big things is that you might be going from room to room to room, or between different campuses. We have that quite a lot. And also GWPro is very popular with our customers in the construction industry. Yeah, in fact, all of whom have multiple sites, so they can take one of our kits around and arrive in a building site and literally go into a room, plug in the power, and start training however many people they need to train in one go. They finish a lesson, everything drops into place. They put the charging back in again and put the case in the back of the car and drive to the next venue. It just makes the whole thing very, very easy. And yeah, that's really it. So I'm happy to do any sort of questions, probably a bit better later on towards the end when we do have a Q&A, but I'll let Dimitri carry on there. And if anything specific, I'm very happy to answer any of it.
Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, your words are completely aligned with GWPro software performance, because we also don't want people to get stuck in the mode when you need to understand all the buttons of every module, additional modes, switching between menus or items, anything. So everything is very simple, and you just plug and play. And sometimes you don't even need no plug here, because the headsets are autonomous. They need just charging. And we also provide offline modes for our software. So you could take this package or any other package and bring it to any other locations. So some of our customers, they're using this for very remote locations, for example, for offshore training, for the remote cities, where the students get the basic training before they go to the big city to pass the exam for certification. It saves money, it saves tons of time, and it saves also traveling costs. That's very important, because when you're a teacher or trainer, yeah, it's expensive and time consuming to get to all the cities and do your job. If you send the headset, it can run on its own and prepare the students so they'll be prepared when the next stage comes. And RedboxVR has a wonderful first-line support. And we, on our side, we also have support for the software, and we also have FAQ on our webpage that is consistently growing. We're adding more resources to teachers and educators and trainers, different instructions for multiplayer, for certificates. They're easy, but we also have manuals how to do this and that. And we also have walkthroughs and all the manuals for every module. So if you want to get prepared, if you want to, your students feel confident about the steps that are needed inside the VR, so you can request any type of manual for any module, and we'll immediately send it to you. And one of the most important things to success, on this path to success in educational facility, or in any type of facility that is having VR as a part of the training, is integration into the current training process or learning process in your current curriculum. This is very important because every educational facility has their own LMS, maybe popular one, maybe some custom-made LMS system, but you already have it, and you already been having this for years, and you have your students inside. They have tasks and everything, and I totally understand that you don't want to get out of it. You want everything work inside the system. So our software connects to any possible LMS in the world, because our software can be packed as a SCORM package, because it's like every possible learning course can be packed in the SCORM package. So our software also does this thing through the integration into your LMS. And by doing this, I think you understand what I mean. By adding SCORM package, you can assign the SCORM package as a task for every student and see their progress. And you will have all the dashboards inside, all the analytics inside in your LMS. Or if you need something additional, so we can talk about additional analytics streams that we can collect especially for you. And the thing that I want to add, that all this, both ways are totally secure. They will be happening on your side, and the data about your students' tasks and everything is always encrypted. We don't have an access to that, to their names, to their activities and anything. So this is totally encrypted, and it complies with all safety standards. So with this analytics integration, you will be able to see your students' progress. You may see also the problems that they have during the VR training, the number of certificates they're having, and the main thing that you will see is the usage rate. So, and you will see the moment that VR starts to be the integral, natural part of your training process, natural part of the curriculum. It doesn't fall out of this. It sits there as a very comfortable tool and a very effective one. So these are all slides that I wanted to show you today. But behind that is that I think Matthew will get in touch with you very soon and provide you much more information that can be packed in a 30-minute webinar, because we provide all the materials, all the quick start guides, and we provide also training from our side. If you want, we can schedule a meeting with your educational facility and talk about the ways you can integrate VR into your training pipeline. There are different use cases. We have different success scenarios in our belt, different customers with very different objectives, but they all use the same software and they achieve their objectives successfully. They're happy customers for many years. Thank you so much, guys, for listening this. I don't know, was it interesting? Hope not boring. Yeah, I'm open to the questions. And Matthew, could you please help me to find them if there are any?
Yes. Yeah, we've got some hearts appearing on screen.
Thank you so much.
That's a good sign. But Dimitri, that's been that was a great overview. Thank you. I hope that's given people a good understanding. One of the great things I find about training in VR is that people are not afraid to fail. It sounds silly about wanting people to fail, but some of the modules that you have, they involve dangerous topics, working at height, scaffolding, underground platforms, and all these kind of things. And to take people out of their comfort zone and so on, that can take a long time. But at least with this kind of thing, people are used to, with video games, going into a sniper battle and shooting and getting killed and so on. And none of us would want that in real life. And I hope none of us ever have to. But it means then is that we can just reset and try again. So it's not as one of those things. We do that with one of the Redbox that VR. We make the flight simulators for the Royal Air Force. One of the things that they do there, they have it with the cadets a lot, is where they can take a plane and take it at such an angle that the plane actually drops out of the sky.
Yeah, correct.
It's learning to do that and getting that experience. The same with scaffolding. If you are leaning over too much, if you are stepping up it and so on, you are going to fall. You wouldn't want to in real life, but at least you can go through these and understand where these limits are. So it does become a great way to get people ready for the real thing, because sometimes people will have to go up in a scissor lift. Some people will have to go up and work at height. Some people will have to do some of the things lock out, tag out, some of these things I don't even understand. But it means then is that people can actually be ready and have that training done to get the muscle memory without the inherent costs of having to close down a building site or to take devices out of the process. But also one of the things that I do know that quite a few education establishments are doing with your software is giving their students a good understanding of the job. So they're not necessarily training to do a particular job, they're going through the training to get an understanding of what's involved in that job. So it does work well for careers advice and careers understanding, if we can say that. So I don't think we have any questions. Not sure if anyone on there. Let's see on that. I think someone said they might have had an issue trying to get questions in, but it's certainly switched on. But there we go. What I can say is yes, we will send out an email after this anyway to everybody to say thank you, and then I'll sort of follow up with more things on there. Obviously, we've had a great overview. Thank you, Dimitri. It's been very, very useful, and we're getting claps as well now. Look at this. This is great. It's like a standing ovation we should be having. So I will then get in touch with people. If anyone has any specific questions, please feel free to email those through as well, and we can get back there. We've got the pricing on the packages. We've got people understand about the sort of the whole range of topics that are available. And also, I know that there are some crazy, and I mean crazy discounts on the education establishments, but we are also going to be sending out a discount offer for people who are going to book before the end of the year, and that will be that. So I think, unless anyone does have any more questions, I think we will we'll have a roundup. We'll say thank you very much on that. If anyone else has anything to add, I don't know, but yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Maggie, for inviting us here. And yeah, so you'll be the main, you know, the local market. Yeah, you know everyone. And so, yeah, I think that more questions will follow when we meet with people interested and talk more about their own problems that they're trying to solve. And we propose not just the software, but the solution. Our motto, I think we randomly made many presentations during the time, but gradually we have this motto in the end. So where practice meets success. So we don't need just a software. We need successful students, successful employees, in our company. So this is what we do.
Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to everyone who has attended. Look forward to speaking to you all soon. And for those that we don't speak to beforehand, don't see beforehand, happy Christmas and enjoy your holidays.
Happy Christmas.
Take care. Bye, Bob. Thank you.